By the time the afternoon light slants across the kitchen floor, many people over 35 feel it. A dull heaviness in the calves, a gentle but persistent swelling around the ankles, the shoes that used to fit comfortably now pinching by evening. It arrives quietly, often without drama, and yet it changes small routines. The walk that becomes shorter, the evening on the couch that becomes a battle against pins and needles, the vacations that are reconsidered because standing for hours at a museum or market now feels like a strain. For a great many, the sensation is not merely cosmetic. It is an erosion of day-to-day freedom and an unwelcome reminder that our bodies change with time. This video is for that exact moment. For people who wake up wondering why their legs feel heavier than they used to. For people who are careful about what they eat and yet still notice swelling. For those who worry about varicose veins or the sharp, sudden pain that can signal deeper problems. Over the next chapters, I will explain, with clear evidence and practical detail, what is happening inside your legs, why it matters, and how simple, science-backed dietary choices can reduce swelling, support vein health, and restore a level of ease to your stride. Edema, the medical term for fluid accumulation in tissues, most commonly affects the lower limbs and can reflect a broad range of causes, from lifestyle and prolonged sitting to medical conditions that deserve attention. Reducing excess salt, managing underlying illnesses when present, and improving circulation are central to reducing this fluid buildup. One common and often overlooked driver of persistent leg swelling is the progressive weakening of the venous system in the lower extremities. Veins carry blood back to the heart against gravity. They rely on a combination of competent one-way valves and the rhythmic contraction of surrounding muscles to move blood upward. When those valves or the vein walls themselves become less effective, a condition known broadly as chronic venous insufficiency, blood pools in the legs, pressure in the veins rises, and fluid leaks into surrounding tissues, producing the swelling and discomfort many of you will recognize. This mechanism is not abstract. It is described in routine clinical guidance and is a common source of the heavy, aching legs that trouble aging populations. That sobering physiologic picture, however, is paired with a hopeful truth. The structure and function of blood vessels are responsive to the environment you provide them. Nutrition, movement, and modest lifestyle adjustments influence inflammation, vascular tone, and the balance of fluids in the body. Across clinical literature and practical care, interventions that improve vascular health often start with what lands on the plate. In the chapters that follow, I will identify the 3 foods that the evidence most consistently links with improved venous tone, reduced capillary permeability, and better microcirculation. I will explain why each works in plain language, how to introduce them into daily meals in ways that fit real lives, and the simple mistakes that can undermine their benefit. Before we move to specifics, a practical assurance. The guidance I will present is intended to complement, not replace, medical evaluation. Sudden, asymmetrical, painful swelling, redness, shortness of breath, or swelling in the context of heart, kidney or liver disease requires urgent assessment. For gradual chronic swelling linked to standing, sitting, weight, and age, many people will find meaningful improvement through diet, modest exercise, and targeted self-care. For others, nutrition will be one important part of a broader plan that may include compression therapy, medical treatment, or specialist referral. In the next chapter, we will take a close look at the physiology behind swelling, so that the dietary recommendations that follow make immediate sense. To understand why your legs swell, it helps to picture the body as a finely tuned system of rivers and streams. The arteries carry oxygen-rich blood from the heart to every cell, while the veins work tirelessly to bring that blood back home again. But this return journey is the difficult one, the uphill climb against gravity. Each time your calf muscles contract, they squeeze the veins like gentle pumps, pushing blood upward toward the heart. Small one-way valves inside those veins open and close rhythmically, ensuring the blood flows only in the right direction. When everything functions as it should, circulation hums along quietly, unseen and unfelt. But over the years, those valves can weaken. Sometimes genetics play a role. Sometimes it's the long hours spent sitting or standing. Sometimes it's simply age. When the valves become less efficient, blood starts to pool in the lower limbs. The pressure inside the veins increases, stretching the vein walls and forcing tiny amounts of fluid to leak into the surrounding tissue. That's when you begin to notice your legs looking swollen by the evening, your shoes feeling tighter, your skin slightly shiny and tense. The swelling itself is your body's way of signaling that circulation has slowed, that the fine balance between the fluid leaving and re-entering your bloodstream has tipped. Inflammation adds another layer to this process. When the body detects stress or minor injury to the vessel walls, it releases chemical messengers that make blood vessels more permeable. This allows immune cells to enter the area, but it also means more fluid leaks out. Over time, chronic inflammation can erode the strength of the vessels themselves. For adults past middle age, that means even minor dietary imbalances, too much salt, not enough antioxidants, insufficient hydration, can create a visible difference in how the legs feel and look. The good news is that circulation is not a one-way decline. The veins are living tissue. They respond to care, nutrition, and daily habits. Strengthening them is not only possible, it's surprisingly accessible. Beyond the purely physical symptoms, leg swelling often carries an emotional weight. People describe feeling frustrated, older than their years, reluctant to go for walks or travel. It's easy to assume it's just part of aging, but it doesn't have to be. By addressing the root causes, weakened venous walls, slow lymphatic drainage, and low-grade inflammation, we can support the body's natural mechanisms for balance. The first step is understanding that food is not just fuel. It is molecular information that tells your body how to function. The right foods can help your veins contract more efficiently, your tissues retain less fluid, and your blood flow improve without medication. Before we name those foods, let's explore why nutrition plays such a central role. Every meal you eat sends a chemical message through your bloodstream. Some foods tell your vessels to relax, your inflammation to settle, your blood to flow smoothly. Others do the opposite. They stiffen the arteries, thicken the blood, and encourage water to accumulate in the tissues. Over time, those daily choices can mean the difference between legs that feel light and energetic and legs that feel heavy by noon. The relationship between nutrition and vascular health is one of the most powerful yet underestimated aspects of medicine, especially for people over 50. Blood vessels are lined with a delicate layer of cells called the endothelium. Think of this as the skin inside your veins and arteries, a living, responsive surface that senses every molecule passing by. When nourished properly, the endothelium produces nitric oxide, a compound that tells vessels to relax, keeps platelets from clumping, and allows blood to flow freely. But when the diet is high in processed foods, sugar and sodium, that inner lining becomes irritated. It produces less nitric oxide and more inflammatory molecules, setting the stage for poor circulation and swelling. This explains why two people of the same age can have completely different vascular health depending on what they eat every day. Certain nutrients, especially those found in colorful fruits, leafy greens, nuts and seeds, provide the antioxidants and minerals that veins crave. Flavonoids, natural compounds abundant in berries and dark-hued fruits, help tighten vein walls, making them less prone to leaking. Potassium, found in foods like avocados and bananas, balances sodium levels, encouraging the body to release excess water instead of holding it in the legs. Nitrates from vegetables like beets improve nitric oxide production, boosting circulation in a way that even prescription drugs attempt to mimic. This is the science behind food as medicine. The molecules in your meals literally shape the strength and flexibility of your blood vessels. At this point, I'd like to pause for a brief personal invitation. If you're finding this information helpful so far, take a moment to subscribe to this channel. Here, we focus on health, longevity, and practical ways to take care of your body without extremes or confusion. Subscribing ensures you won't miss the next steps. including the detailed explanation of the 3 specific foods that science shows can make a remarkable difference in leg health. Your support helps this community grow, so together we can make health education accessible to everyone. Now let's continue. Imagine for a moment that every bite of food you take acts as a signal to your blood vessels, either to relax, repair, and flow freely, or to constrict, weaken, and retain fluid. In the case of leg swelling and vein health, the right foods make a profound difference. After years of observing patients, reading medical literature, and following the evidence on microcirculation and vascular tone, 3 foods consistently stand out as champions for stronger, more elastic veins and lighter, more comfortable legs. Let's begin with the first. The first group of foods are the deeply colored berries: blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, and purple grapes. Their secret weapon lies in compounds called flavonoids, particularly anthocyanins, which give these fruits their vibrant hues. These natural pigments have a remarkable ability to strengthen capillary walls, reduce inflammation, and improve the flexibility of veins. They act almost like exercise for your vessels, encouraging them to remain supple and responsive. Scientific studies have shown that diets rich in these compounds can improve venous tone and decrease capillary leakage, meaning less fluid escapes into surrounding tissues. Over time, this translates to fewer swollen ankles, fewer visible veins, and less discomfort at the end of the day. For practical use, these fruits work best when they're part of your daily routine rather than occasional treats. A handful of blueberries at breakfast, a small bowl of grapes as an afternoon snack, or strawberries mixed into your oatmeal can deliver powerful vascular support. The key is consistency, not volume. What's fascinating is that people who make this a habit often describe not only lighter legs, but also clearer skin and greater overall vitality, a reflection of improved circulation throughout the entire body. It's not magic. It's biochemistry responding to nourishment. The second food may surprise you for its simplicity: the avocado. Often praised for heart health, its benefits for the venous system are equally profound. Avocados are rich in potassium, one of the most essential minerals for balancing the body's water levels. Potassium works like a gentle regulator, helping the kidneys remove excess sodium, the mineral most responsible for water retention. When sodium levels are high, the body clings to water, and the result is swelling, especially in the legs. By increasing potassium intake, you restore balance, allowing your body to release trapped fluids naturally. But avocados go beyond that. They also contain healthy monounsaturated fats and antioxidants like lutein, which support the integrity of cell membranes, including those lining your blood vessels. One small avocado, or even half a fruit each day, is enough to make a difference. Some prefer it sliced on toast with lemon, others add it to salads or blend it into smoothies. The important part is avoiding the common mistake of turning this nutrient powerhouse into a dessert with sugar or milk products, which can undo its anti-inflammatory potential. The Mediterranean diet, known for promoting longevity, includes avocado and other potassium-rich foods as staples, and it's no coincidence that this eating pattern is associated with lower rates of edema and vascular weakness. Now, we come to the third, and perhaps most underestimated, food, the beetroot. This humble, earthy root contains natural nitrates, compounds that the body converts into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a molecule that tells your blood vessels to relax, widen, and allow blood to flow freely. For someone with heavy legs, this effect can feel almost like the body taking a deep breath. Better blood flow means less pressure building up in the veins, and consequently, less swelling. Research has shown that even a single serving of beet juice can significantly increase circulation to the lower limbs, particularly in older adults. But the benefits extend beyond blood flow. Beets are also rich in antioxidants that protect vein walls from oxidative stress, one of the hidden causes of vascular aging. To incorporate them, try grated raw beets in a salad, lightly steamed slices as a side dish, or juice blended with lemon and a small piece of ginger. That last combination, ginger and beet, is especially effective because ginger adds an anti-inflammatory edge, complementing the beet's circulatory benefits. People who include beetroot in their weekly routine often report tangible improvements: less leg heaviness, better stamina during walks, even fewer nighttime cramps. When you combine these three foods, berries, avocado, and beetroot, you give your body a toolkit to repair and support its own circulatory system. Each works through a different mechanism, yet all converge on the same outcome: healthier veins, smoother blood flow, and a visible reduction in swelling. These are not exotic or expensive solutions. They are everyday foods that, when used intentionally, become medicine in their purest form, and the results can begin within weeks, provided you maintain consistency and pair them with simple habits like light movement, hydration, and rest. While the right foods help your veins recover and your body release excess fluid, the wrong ones quietly sabotage those efforts every single day. It's not always about indulgence or lack of discipline. Sometimes it's habit, convenience, or the simple fact that modern diets are saturated with ingredients our veins were never meant to handle in such amounts. To truly see progress, it's as important to know what to remove as it is to know what to add. The first major culprit is salt, or more precisely, sodium in processed foods. Sodium attracts water like a sponge, pulling fluid into your tissues and keeping it there. For many older adults, this leads to ankles that swell dramatically by evening and a sense of tightness in the legs that only eases overnight. Reducing sodium intake doesn't mean food has to be bland. It means becoming aware of hidden salt in things like cured meats, canned soups, pickles, processed cheeses, and ready-made sauces. By replacing these with fresh herbs, lemon juice, or spices, you not only cut sodium, but introduce natural antioxidants that help your veins recover. Within a few weeks of mindful salt reduction, many people notice their shoes fitting better and their energy levels rising, clear signs that circulation has improved. The second thing to limit is refined sugar and ultra-processed snacks. These foods trigger inflammation, one of the body's primary enemies of healthy blood vessels. When you consume sugary pastries, sodas, or industrial snacks, your blood glucose spikes and oxidative stress rises. The delicate endothelial lining of your veins becomes irritated, more permeable, and less elastic. In the short term, this means swelling. In the long term, it means accelerated aging of your circulatory system. A good rule of thumb is simple. If it comes in a colorful package and lasts for months on a shelf, it's not supporting your veins. Replacing those items with natural alternatives, fresh fruit, a piece of dark chocolate, or a handful of nuts, gives you sweetness and satisfaction without the hidden damage. Finally, alcohol deserves a mention. While a small glass of red wine now and then may offer antioxidant benefits, regular or excessive drinking dehydrates the body, disrupts electrolyte balance, and weakens vascular tone. It's common for people to feel their legs heavier after social evenings or weekends with more drinks than usual. Alcohol temporarily widens blood vessels, but later causes them to constrict, leading to a cycle of fluid retention and discomfort. Reducing alcohol intake, especially in the evening, can dramatically improve sleep quality and morning leg comfort. The idea isn't to create a sense of restriction, but to return to balance, to choose foods that work with your body, not against it. Every time you replace something processed with something natural, your veins notice. Every time you drink water instead of soda, your circulation thanks you. Healing doesn't come from perfection, but from daily, steady choices that compound into health. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to combine the right foods into a simple daily routine, so you can put this knowledge into action and start feeling the results within days. Let's move to our final and perhaps most underestimated ally in the fight against leg swelling and vein weakness: citrus fruits. Yes, oranges, lemons, grapefruits, and tangerines, those bright, tangy, vitamin-packed fruits that most of us take for granted. But beneath their refreshing taste lies a potent secret. They're one of the most natural sources of a compound called hesperidin, a type of bioflavonoid that works like a microscopic shield, protecting your veins from inflammation and damage. When we age, our circulatory system becomes more fragile. The walls of our veins lose elasticity, and the valves that push blood upward toward the heart begin to weaken. That's when blood starts to pool in the legs, causing heaviness, swelling, and sometimes even the formation of varicose veins. But hesperidin, along with vitamin C, works like a repair team for these weakened structures. It helps strengthen the vein walls, reduces leakage, and promotes proper circulation. A study published in the Journal of Vascular Research found that people who regularly consumed hesperidin-rich foods had significantly better venous tone and less swelling compared to those who didn't. What's remarkable is that this effect wasn't due to one specific nutrient, but rather the synergy between hesperidin, rutin, and vitamin C, all naturally found in citrus fruits. These compounds act as antioxidants, protecting the inner lining of your blood vessels from oxidative stress, which is one of the key triggers of inflammation and poor circulation. Now you might be wondering, how can I add more citrus to my diet safely and effectively? The answer is surprisingly simple. Start your day with a glass of water infused with fresh lemon juice. It not only hydrates you, but gives your body a dose of hesperidin and vitamin C first thing in the morning. Add orange slices to your breakfast or make a citrus salad with grapefruit and mint for lunch. Even the peel of these fruits contains essential oils that support circulation and help reduce fluid retention. But here's something most people don't know. While citrus is incredibly beneficial, the form in which you consume it matters. Fresh fruits and freshly squeezed juices are far superior to processed juices that come in cartons. That's because industrial processing destroys many of the delicate flavonoids that your body needs. So if you can, go for fresh organic citrus and enjoy it whole, fiber and all. In traditional medicine, citrus has long been associated with lightness, the idea that it helps lift the heaviness from the body. And scientifically, that metaphor holds true. The compounds in citrus fruits literally help lift the stagnation of blood in your lower limbs, making your legs feel lighter, more energized, and less prone to swelling. Now, before we move to our conclusion, let's take a moment to reflect. You've learned about 3 powerful foods that can help you prevent leg swelling and strengthen your veins: beets, leafy greens, and citrus fruits. Each one acts on a different aspect of your circulation. Beets dilate your blood vessels, greens nourish your blood and lymphatic system, and citrus fortifies your veins. Together, they create a complete natural system for restoring healthy, strong, and energized legs. If you've made it this far in the video, I want to take a moment to thank you. It shows that you care deeply about your health, and that's the first and most important step toward lasting well-being. So before we wrap up, if you haven't yet, consider subscribing to our channel. Every week we share powerful, science-backed insights designed to help you sleep better, move better, and live longer. By subscribing, you're not just supporting our mission, you're joining a community of people who, like you, are choosing to age with energy and vitality. Now that you know what to eat, let's talk about something equally crucial: how you live. Because even the best foods can only do so much if your daily habits are working against your circulation. Think of your body as a river. The foods we just talked about are like the fresh water that nourishes it. But movement is what keeps that river flowing. One of the biggest hidden causes of leg swelling among older adults is prolonged sitting or standing. When you stay in one position for too long, whether at a desk, in a car, or even standing at the kitchen counter, gravity pulls blood down into your lower limbs, and the venous valves have to work extra hard to push it back up. Over time, this leads to chronic venous insufficiency, the medical term for weak veins that can't efficiently return blood to the heart. But here's the good news. Small, consistent actions can reverse this. Gentle movement, like walking for 10 to 15 minutes after meals, rotating your ankles, or simply flexing your calves while sitting, activates the muscle pump in your legs. This pump is what propels blood upward against gravity. The stronger your calf muscles, the less your veins have to struggle. Another powerful habit is elevating your legs at the end of the day. Just 15 minutes with your legs resting on a pillow above heart level can dramatically improve circulation and reduce swelling. It's a simple act that allows gravity to work in your favor for a change, helping the blood and lymphatic fluids flow back to the heart. Hydration is also key. Remember that your blood is about 90% water. When you're dehydrated, your blood thickens, making it harder to circulate. This adds stress to your veins and increases the risk of fluid retention. So, aim to drink plenty of water throughout the day. And remember that foods like beets, greens, and citrus naturally hydrate you too. Finally, don't underestimate the power of relaxation. Chronic stress triggers the release of cortisol, a hormone that constricts blood vessels and promotes inflammation. Deep breathing, meditation, or even a short nap can help keep your nervous system calm, which in turn improves circulation and reduces swelling. So, the real secret to healthy veins isn't just about what you eat. It's about creating a lifestyle that supports the natural rhythm of your body. Eat nourishing foods, move gently but consistently, elevate your legs, and keep your mind calm. These small choices, repeated daily, create powerful results over time. And remember this, your body is always trying to heal. Even if you've struggled with swelling or vein problems for years, it's never too late to start. The moment you begin feeding your body the right nutrients and giving it the care it needs, it begins to restore itself. So, as we close today's video, I encourage you to take one simple action. Choose one of the foods we discussed, beets, greens, or citrus, and add it to your meal today. Start there. Because true transformation doesn't happen overnight. It happens through small, conscious choices that you repeat every day. Thank you for watching. Take care of your body, stay active, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video, where we'll continue exploring the natural, science-backed ways to keep your body strong, your mind clear, and your heart full of vitality.